On today's Minute of the Apes, I don't know what you're talking about. The house smells fine to me.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. Sean's over there in his red stocking cap still drinking a Banquet. That is my daughter's beer, but she's going to let you have it. It's okay.
It's just a Coors.
Does it have the Banquet logo beneath it?
Does it?
Yeah.
It does.
See, that's marked, meaning that's the original recipe.
Oh.
And across from me...
So they got it from the original horse that peed?
Before I get to Richard, the rumor is that they actually bought a microbrew who was doing something like it so that they could go back to the original recipe, and they let them do that now. And across from me, and something that I enjoy he does so often, and I'm not saying it's because you enjoy it, but when it gets to the end and I use my rock and roll thing, Richard so often, I don't even know if you notice it, you go,
Do I really?
Yeah. And I just happened to look up to you, and you had your head down and went, I enjoy being your...
I did not realize
muse.
Your rock and roll inspirations.
I'm hyper aware of it. I'm going to thrash my hair back and forth.
Wait, yeah, maybe I was just... So my band does covers of songs in an Americana way. Hair back and forth when that Willow Smith
With
or
my
something.
hair back.
Do you like her new music?
I haven't listened to it.
It's amazing. Well, not amazing, but I mean, I'm impressed that she's completely transformed from I whip my hair back and forth into kind of an indie artist, and she's got some great tracks out there.
Do you have any celebrities that you don't really have a reason for disliking, but you just know something about them hits you wrong?
Yeah.
I've always been that way about Will Smith. Will Smith has always hit me like he's trying too hard.
Will Smith hit Chris Rock.
That is true.
Not you.
And so when his children come on and they become celebrities, I'm just kind of like, shoot, don't care. So that's probably why I've dismissed that. Because of you, I'll give it a listen this week.
There's a couple of tracks out there that are really, really, really good. Yeah.
Hey, even the people writing a song is part science, part art. And if you can figure it out, I'll give you a break. And anybody that does it, good on you. So I'll give it a listen because of you. All right. So here we are. It is minute 48. We're at the middle of the week.
Yes. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Sean, you want to tell us what's going on in minute 48?
All right. We start minute 48 with Ari freaking out and ends with swimming.
All right. Wow.
That's it.
That was an abrupt ends with swimming. All right. Here it comes. Minute 48. Marky Mark, the funky bunch of the Planet of the Apes.
What's wrong? Apes are afraid of the water. They can't swim.
We drown.
That's why every day we pray for rain.
How long can a human hold his breath underwater?
That has minute 48. We have an Oberon's worth of apes and humans, 2 displaced pods worth of humans and apes, wild humans, ape city, minus 2 gorillas, and humans still on the loose.
All right, so we get shots of all of our escapees in the on the jungle set with a very lovely fake background, but it is what it is. We see Ari getting upset as Leo moves to the water. Leo looks back. They have a little bit of an exchange. We stay in tight shots until we see Leo jump into the water. He swims down past and a weird lighting source somehow in the water. He swims past a lot of underwater vegetation, comes to his pod. I assume that's what it looks like. Yes, and then when we see the label on the pod, the insignia, and we cut back out, wondering how long humans can stay down, which makes Estella jump into the water and follow him, and we see more swimming, more vegetation. So that's really the gist of our scene.
So, again, Davidson is supposed to work with apes professionally. Does he not know that apes are afraid of water?
Are apes afraid of water?
Yeah. They don't swim.
I just Googled
The
it. Okay.
apes don't swim. It's not that they're afraid of it. It's that they don't have any fat on them, really, so they're not buoyant.
Yeah.
And so they drown very easily.
Okay.
Apes, not unlike humans, have to be taught to swim.
Okay.
They don't naturally swim.
That makes sense.
Monkeys can swim.
Oh.
Because you see
Monkeys are superior.
But
here.
they're not afraid of water.
Like
They
you've
just
seen
can't- they
those
just don't swim.
snow
Gotcha.
Arctic snow monkeys in hot springs.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not afraid of water. I mean, they drink water.
Yeah.
Water is natural for them, but they just don't know how to swim.
Well, I find immediately we're afraid of water very odd because so Leo gets to it and she's freaking out about water. After, if you look in the previous wide shot, she's petting the silverback again, and it's so good. We have continuity. She's walking away from it. What propels her to suddenly freak the fuck out?
I don't know. Is it because Leo's walking towards the water that she has this expectation that they're supposed to go into the water? It's very abrupt. It needed a little bit more.
Maybe Leo
We're
walking
not,
into
we're
the
not
water.
going there.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to jump in that water. Maybe if he's walking in that, at least goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I mean, I did a Google search for can apes swim, and literally one of the first things that came up was, "Hey, apes can swim."
We've got
And
pictures
then-
to prove it.
And then you scroll down here, and there you go. So they're not afraid of water. They don't have hydrophobia or something.
Okay, let's be fair. This is their world they're creating, so maybe in this world, apes are afraid of it. And,
I will talk about it in the next minute
okay.
because this just feels like something for the next minute more than anything else.
Well, it's
Also,
Or for the
she's-
last minute. I don't know.
She's afraid of water, but it's 3 feet away from her. How did she just now see this water and freak out over it? I mean, they are on the shoreline, and literally, he pointed out the hole in the trees that's above water, and now she's freaking out.
I'm freaking out because I really want to know how many different facial expressions does Mark Wahlberg have?
The confused one.
So
And
there's the 5 second.
The smell the fart. I just smelled the fart.
And at 5 seconds, he has the confounded, like, "What are you doing? This makes no sense."
Uh-huh.
And I don't know that there are very many beyond that. He does smile occasionally. He has a very good smile that registers to the lens. Great. Awesome. Why does he keep getting lead roles? Is he that big of a box office draw?
I guess.
I don't know. His movement doesn't even really make any sense. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people following him, and he doesn't jumps in the water.
He doesn't tell anybody.
Say, "Wait here."
Yeah, hang on, I'll be
hang
back.
on, you don't have to swim. I need to go down to my spaceship.
If I don't come up in
Right.
3 minutes, come after me or something.
he just
yeah.
looks annoyed. He could just literally be leaving.
Shouldn't the first question be, let's say he wades into the water a few steps, which propels Ari to be like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going in the water." Why? Because what I want to show you is below the surface. Explain to me what the fuck you're doing so everybody knows the jeopardy at hand. Then it would also explain why. How long can humans hold their breath?
Yeah.
Well, what are you fucking caring? Have you been timing it? You don't
Right.
know how long, and it doesn't even seem like he's been down there for more than 20 seconds.
We don't even really need Estella to say that's why we pray for rain every day.
That also.
That's a little. Oh, that is
That
so
was- that
on
was-
the nose.
That was so bad.
But that reminds me of a Scottish joke I heard one time. It's like we have mixed feelings on global warming. One, it's bad for the earth, and it's the seas are rising, but we also get to sit in our highlands and watch the English drown in their cities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. But in this moment, it is such. It is. I know that Estella has supposedly watched her father be killed. That's what's on her mind. Mm-hmm. She had no fucking problem with apes before this. She really, besides the fact they imprisoned her, she never showed this disdain for them. And now to throw that line at, I'm like, where's the motivation that took her? Yes, these people who you know are evil, you know that Ari's not evil. Why are you suddenly hating her?
Well, we don't know Ari's not evil because as soon as Estella Warren turned around and it was like, my dad... what do you know about my dad? She either hit her down or freaked out in her face, and so
I don't know. It seems very unearned.
I would have rather her said, every day my dead dad would pray for rain.
there you go.
The whole thing just seems so forced, but we get him.
We spend more time watching the two of them swim underwater.
I was about to say nobody will be seated during the climactic, exciting swimming scenes.
I know. Hey, honey, is this where I can go pee now?
Yeah, and you were talking about the light source. Yeah, it is very well lit underwater. If you look at
Especially for the above
scene waters where it looks very murky almost, and then underwater it's clear, it's well lit, everything. So. Okay, Mark.
Also, before you get the jump into the water is another weird editing moment where it's like he completely entire body goes, and it's like watching the Olympics when you see the perfect little splash up. We get that, but then when he goes in the water, it's almost like that how they'll edit explosions in 2 and 3 times, so that it really feels like it registers more. And that's a way of saying that in language. It literally is like he jumps in the water again.
You get all that splash in there, yeah.
There's not just the cascade down. Like in the Olympics, when you watch it, you have that splash, and then you see the person going underwater. It's not smooth at all.
I just explain to me which body of water has that depth 6 inches from the surface.
Maybe that's why he can't wade in. Maybe on their water's all like boom.
Both of them just die. It was bizarre. Both of them just died from like 6 inches in the water. I'm like, what's the depth? Usually there's like at least some sediment or something along.
Wouldn't it be funny if he bottomed out?
You're never supposed to dive into water that you don't know what's in there because you can dive in something too shallow, or there could be rocks down there and you can break your neck really.
Right. Well, I would suggest that the water's clear enough that he can see what he's diving into.
So Davidson has a rough idea where the pod is, so I can see him diving in and swimming down there. Estella doesn't know what she's looking for or what she's doing, so if nothing else, you don't just dive in and start swimming because you don't know how deep you need to go, how far you have to be out there. You swim the surface to where you think you're going to go down, then you go down.
Okay.
Yeah, we should have watched part of his body begin to disappear, and then you see him just tuck his head under. That's what should have happened.
Remind me, I want to get back to Estella going under there. I'm glad
you said going under and not going down.
For the first time in my life, I'm going to quote Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, as a well-executed film. When Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and followed Jar Jar down into the water, they wade into the water, putting their little receptacle things on their mouth, and then they go under.
Go down.
Right, that's what he was supposed to do.
That's what we should have seen. Now, let's talk about Estella going under. Why does she jump in? And it's because Ari says, how long can he stay down there? You have to build that of how long has he been down there? I don't know, a minute? How long can they stay under? There has to be an understanding of the jeopardy.
He's only been there 5 seconds, 10 seconds, yeah.
In fact, let's look at it. So Leo jumps in at 16 seconds approximately.
And then she goes in at 40.
Roughly. So 30 seconds. He's been 30 seconds. That's not
long enough to get worried about it, especially when you can just hold your breath 30 seconds. You don't have to go underwater.
And then there should be a bubble coming up, and there should be all things, it's the tapping of the water from the sink that tells us that there's tension. There's none.
No, is she trying to save him? Is she trying to follow him?
Is she going to drown him?
What exactly is
I want her to drown him. This movie would suddenly become interesting as she went in there and just held his head down.
And she goes, I don't know.
He didn't come up.
I'm just gonna assume that this is a constructed water tank in a studio
absolutely.
that is not actual underwater, and so everything looks kind of fake. It looks fake anyway.
100%. First off, go back to 16 seconds when he jumps in. It literally feels like Willis O'Brien has set up the sets for King Kong's photography, where it's a fake backdrop with stuff in the front to make it look deep.
Yeah,
it is so obvious that it's a backdrop that that's 100% a tank that they're jumping into.
I mean, it almost has a Creature of the Black Lagoon feel of it, where it's so clear.
It does.
It should not be that clear.
It does.
We do get a shot.
It's so bright.
36 seconds where we see the bubbles coming up, but it's a rather wide shot to it, and that's when she's like, how long can he stay down there?
Yeah.
Well, the bubbles seem not to move, but he's clearly moving around quite a bit.
And at that point, there should have been more of the
How many bubbles are you breathing out? Like a lot. Yeah, exactly.
And
That's a
they're
lot.
looking around like, and there should be looking back and forth like something that builds to her wanting to jump in, but there's nothing. They say that, she hears it, she looks, and she jumps in immediately. It is 100% immediate. Yep. Are they that hurried to get to the end of this film that they can't build in another 10 seconds that builds the anticipation to this?
They're not giving to dialogue.
And again,
they're still giving more time to swimming than their dialogue.
Davidson, again, should have given... I'll be back. I'm going to get something that'll blow your mind. Something, I mean, because again, he's never telling them what he's going to...
I have proof.
Yeah.
And then he jumps in. That would have given me something.
Have y'all ever watched filmmaking of when it's the making of underwater sequences?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Avatar and...
Yeah, to me it proves more than any other type of thing you may watch when making a movie how constructed moments are, because like if you watch this moment 46 seconds where it's just... And you know what? Estella's swim is much better than Marky's because she splashes in and then we see her dive down. That works. But that shot then is about 3 seconds. And I guarantee you at the end of that where she is coming up, there is a diver just off frame ready for her with the tank.
Just in case.
And it is it's such the construction of a moment that she's not swimming any distance. She's doing maybe 10 seconds underwater and they're so worried about her harming herself.
Yeah.
Boom, here we are and we take you and we hold you and we got you. But we see her swim across, we cut back, and here's what's weird. She swims upward, and then she's back down beneath the vegetation swimming towards him, and we see his legs kicking out. Now, his legs kicking out, if his uniform was caught on something, maybe we've built some tension, but there's nothing. Why is she going?
Again, she doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know how long she's going to have to hold her breath. She should have been swimming the surface and then straight down, but whatever.
You know, we... in a battle, we complained about Caesar and the tapes of his parents and how we wanted a little more of a setup of why would he know that? Was there something? That still played so much better when they went to the irradiated city to find these things, to find about his past. This is one of those moments where nothing is warranted, and time again in this film, nothing is warranted. They've done nothing to set up and pay off. Instead, it's just... do it.
Also, I'm curious. So, if your car were to be, or my car, anybody's car were to be underwater for any significant amount of time, whatever I have in there is ruined. So, what is he going into the ship to get? Because this ship is, I assume, is built for outer space, not necessarily air or sea travel. So, like when an astronaut's capsule crashes back to Earth in the ocean.
Right.
If it were to go underwater, I'm assuming everything in there would be destroyed. They would salvage it, but nothing would be usable.
Right.
What is he getting out of there that's waterproof and will be of use to him?
And why didn't he dive back down after
When
he
he was
crashed
first
to get
here?
what he
Yeah.
needed? Why is it now that he needs it?
Yeah.
I
don't know. Maybe we'll find out in future minutes.
When we find out what it is, let's ask that question again. Should he have gotten
had it
that
the whole time
from the beginning? I see people ask us from time to time, did you not like the original films? I love the original films.
You didn't care for all of them.
No.
You had a fondness for the earlier ones more than the later ones.
But as a child, I loved all of them. But now I see the faults of them. But I still can go back and watch these. This time is proving to me I never want to see this movie again.
You're done. You're done, Z.
In fact, recently, I think we've talked about this, that I buy most of my movies now digitally through Xbox Movies so that I have them just in one area, especially films like this where I don't necessarily want a 4K, 8K transfer, right?
Yeah.
They recently posted all the Planet of the Apes movies, and I already own them there, except for this one, and it was $4.99, and I said, nope.
Nope, I can't do it. No, I'll leave that gap in my collection.
Yep, not going to have it. And I own all the originals, and I own all the moderns. If someone loves this film, please love it. Don't let us ruin that for you. Just know that we're looking at what we wished it could have been. But also, reach out to us on social media, except for Twitter, because I did officially shut that down. I don't know if you saw that.
All right.
Because Elon Musk is a fucking tool. reach out to us on
he's a
some.
free speech absolute.
He is a fucking idiot.
Come on.
Unless you're a journalist.
Because he's a government, and that he's in control of free speech. That's what that means, right?
I did not shut them down. We did keep them. I do own my personal account, but when I even said I will no longer post here for 2 reasons. I will never buy a Tesla, and I'll never read or post anything to Twitter again because Elon Musk, and I did tag him as a fucking idiot. But
wait, you weren't banned?
That's the weird thing is I didn't get banned. I was almost hoping I would. But if you like this movie, please find some way. Facebook's a good one. I know we have an Instagram, but I don't think I really do anything with it. Reach out to us and tell me what it is you love, because I want to understand where the love comes from, because I did that poll on this film before we started. Which of the films do you like? And this one got some love. Please help me see what you love about it, because I would love to be able to add it to my collection.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Am I done with my diatribe now?
Yes.
I am done. I'm going to have beer. I'm going to talk to my friends. Everyone, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.